Another game played, another 2 points dropped. We are going to head into that City game
Hmm.
now. 5 points ahead instead of the expected and the hoped for 9 point cushion. This was the exact opposite of what Arsenal have been doing. It's so weird, the flip floppiness, right? This time around, we went 2 goals down, then came back, and then went 2 goals down again before we eventually came back to a draw. But the result doesn't change. That's a third draw in a row. And again, more disappointment. This one at the Emirates, this one against a team that is rock bottom in the league table as well. What do you have to say on this one, man?
I think before we could wake up, we were 2 goals down. That pass from Ramsdale, I would maybe give a benefit of the doubt saying he didn't know the attacker was right behind him or on his shoulder. But that was still a very soft pass. Had that pass had some weight to it, some more strength to it, it wouldn't have been that easy to like take it off and score. So that is purely a fault, purely a. It's a stupid mistake. It's like I can't justify it enough. There are no ways to justify it enough. So that just put us on the back foot. And before we could really come to our senses, we just lost the ball again, and bam, there's a second goal. I would really want to say good play by Southampton for pressing on so much so that they did adopt the Bournemouth style where you just go full guns, all guns blazing against us right from the get go and do it for maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes and try to score one goal and then it's all chaos. And the third goal, I mean, Rob Holding, to be very honest, he has to cover his man. That was again an individual mistake. You don't let the first person take that header. That's the essence of defending a corner, right? You do not let the opposition have the first touch in the corner. So glaringly obvious mistakes, and we got punished for it. I, I, I mean, we did recover well, and had that Trossard shot gone in, we would have been all dancing around. But again, it's 2 points dropped, third draw in a row, and we've only made it difficult for ourselves.
When you go 2 goals down, you fear for the worst, right? And at the same time, the way we are making those comebacks. My biggest issue is just the emotional drain on making those kind of comebacks, because I feel like you can only do them so many times. And in the past, we've gone on and gotten the winning goal. Today, we didn't even get the winning goal, even though we created enough chances to be there. The problem is against a team like Southampton, we shouldn't be in a situation where we're trying to find a winning goal in the 90 plus minute of stoppage time. Um, my biggest problem with this result, despite the courage that we showed to come back, despite the spirit that we showed, even Mikel Arteta came out after the match to say how much he loves the players and he loves them even more, and that's how he communicates. And I get it; it's still the first season, still a lot of expectations, but it's that's where I feel like we are kind of we're still not quite there yet. I feel like this is the same thing that happened last season that's kind of happening again, is right at a death. Either I don't know what it is. It's hard to say that we don't have the mentality, because clearly they showed it on the pitch today by making that comeback from 3-1 down. But by the same token, we aren't brushing past opponents the way that we should be at this point in time. At this point in time, the team should be well settled at this point in time. These matches against teams like Southampton should be very nominal. They shouldn't be high stakes games. They shouldn't be games that we need to think too much about. Those should be games that we kind of come in, get out of the way. And more specifically, this is not even in the context of the race for the Premier League title. This is even in the context for the race for top four football. Right. If we expect us to be a regular top four team, we shouldn't be having issues getting these matches over the line, which we did today again. And again, it sets up that Manchester City game as essentially the one that determines the season for Arsenal. But my main reason for taking a day before we kind of recorded this was just to give myself some time, because a lot of bad chatter has been going on, and I think it's important that we really talk about that more so than anything else. Is the whole Arsenal have bottled this season. Let us start with basically saying that Arsenal were not even given top four credit at the start of the season. Nobody thought that Arsenal were going to be in the top four, let alone leading the line right from game one all the way through till now. And let's not forget, Arsenal are still top of the table,
Still top
even
of
if
the
City
league.
have games in hand. Um, So let's end that debate. Let's end that or shut down that conversation that Arsenal have bottled it. By every stretch of the imagination, this season has been an absolute massive success. Like, would you have anything else to say about it?
There's really no other reason to say anything else because one, nobody rated us, not even the pundits, mostly not even other fans. Even our own fans were skeptical about are we really going to get top four after the disappointment from last season. So the bigger challenge or the primary goal was to get into top four, probably land a cup title, which may not have worked right now, but we are leading the line at least till this day. And hopefully, after Wednesday, we might be able to figure out are we going to still be ahead. I think that should be more than enough. Look at the league table and tell me if that is an underachievement. I really have no other comments to anyone who has doubts about it.
Yeah, I feel like it goes back again to Mikel Arteta's comments in this pre-match for this game is when he talks about setting the standard so high that a draw against Liverpool at Anfield and then a draw against West Ham, who we all know on their day is actually still a very good team, is considered a failure when in years gone by those would be incredible results. So in many ways Arsenal are kind of falling victim to their own success. But I really want to commend Arsenal for being where they are. This has been an incredible season and we still have 6 more games to make it even more so if we can. But even if not, they don't have anybody to apologize to. They do not have to feel bad for any part of this season. They have had an incredible campaign, and every single gunner should be proud of what Arsenal have achieved this season, right?
Totally, totally. No, no other way out. No other way out.
But yeah, that was Arsenal's 3-3 draw to Southampton. A lot more talk about where Arsenal are at right now than critiquing on the game. But join us for the pre-match for the big game, Arsenal versus Man City next. And yeah, as always, please like, share, subscribe. We will see you guys next time.